annual commencement ceremony for the College of Graduate Studies and Adult Learning. Yes. In a few moments, the formal ceremony will begin with a prelude from our musicians. Please take a minute to look over the safety and emergency information that is found on the inside back cover of your program. In the unlikely event of an emergency, we ask that you refer to this document to assist in your safe departure from the gymnasium area. If you or anyone seated nearby is in need of medical attention at any time, we ask that you move quietly to the exit where you likely arrived today and find a staff person wearing a commencement staff badge or the university police. He or she will direct you to the emergency personnel. Out of respect for the graduates and our guests, we ask that all cell phones and electronic devices be silenced for the duration of the ceremony. Also, please be mindful that everyone here today would like to hear their student's name called as they receive their diploma. Guests are cordially invited to meet your graduate immediately following the ceremony at a reception held on the lawn in front of this building. Have a safe and joyous evening. Now, enjoy the prelude music from the Millersville University's Brass Ensemble under the direction of Dr. Keith Wiley, followed by the processional. Dr. Wiley, you may now begin our music for the ceremony. Thank you.
You may be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 9th annual commencement for Millersville University's College of Graduate Studies and Adult Learning. I'm Dr. Vilas Prabhu, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. John Anderson, President of Millersville University.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhu, and welcome, friends, family, and soon-to-be graduates. On this unique occasion, yeah, that deserves a round of applause. On this unique occasion, we honor and confer master's and doctoral degrees to the graduate class of 2018. This evening marks an important milestone for Millersville University as we confer the first ever doctoral degrees in our history. That deserves a round of applause. The journey to becoming a doctoral granting university has been exciting for our community, but not without its challenges. I am honored to preside over this historic commencement ceremony and usher in a new era for Millersville. It is now my pleasure to introduce soon-to-be Dr. Lisa Senft, who will be graduating today with a Doctor of Nursing Practice to deliver a moment of reflection. After Dr. Senft's message, please stand for the singing of the national anthem sung by Danielle DiStefano, class of 2018.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. Good evening and welcome. I'm Lisa Senft. I'm a 2014 alumni of the Master of Science in Nursing program. I am honored to deliver this evening's reflections, remarks, and even more excited to be a member of the graduating class of Millersville University Doctor of Nursing Practice program. I believe that each journey in life begins with a spark, a special moment, those words of encouragement from a loved one, or perhaps that burning desire to help others. Think back for a moment and remember what brought you to this point in life. Whatever the catalyst, you've made it to the finish line. Has it been challenging? You bet. Throughout the journey, I've learned about myself, where my strengths lie, that perseverance and determination will always get you through the difficult times. And most importantly, at least for me, what a positive role model I've become for my children. The Doctor of Nursing Practice program here at Millersville has given me the tools to make crucial changes impacting healthcare today. I can use these tools to make a difference, meaningful changes, and use my time appropriately. Today, I stand before you not as a follower, but as a leader, overwhelmed with happiness and accomplishment. I have built new long-standing friendships with my classmates and nursing faculty. To my fellow graduates, I sincerely hope that each and every one of you have fulfilled your goals throughout this unforgettable journey. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my family who has allowed me to reach this level of success through their support. To my classmates, Emily and Adam, for their unwavering friendship and strength. A special thank you to Dr. Coons, my advisor, Dr. Mortimer, Dr. Mon, and Dr. Hartman, who were the guiding force behind my accomplishment. And to my friends, relatives, and those who join in spirit, I stand before you as a proud graduate. Thank you.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Lisa, and thank you, Danielle. You may be seated, as I see most of you have been. I am honored to introduce those members of our platform party who will not be recognized later as part of the ceremony, but play an integral role in the university. Please hold your applause until all have been presented. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is fortunate to have dedicated volunteers who serve by appointment of the governor on the Millersville University Council of Trustees. Will the following trustees please rise? Dr. Richard Frericks and Mrs. Ann Womble. We're going to hold our applause. Thank you. I know it's hot in here. Also present is advisor to the trustees, Dr. Kat Walsh, Chair of the Faculty Senate. Please stand. And on the platform are the following members of the administration and faculty. Mr. Jeffrey Beers, CEO of Student Services and Student Lodging Incorporated. Mr. Gilbert Brown, Interim Vice President for Finance and Administration. Mr. Brian Hazlett, Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. Ms. Alice McMurray, Interim Vice President for Advancement. Dr. Kimberly Mahaffey, Interim Coordinator of the Office of Diversity and Social Justice. Dr. George Drake, Dean of the College of Education and School of Social Work. Dr. Michael Jackson, Dean of the College of Science and Technology. Dr. Orlando Perez, Interim Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. And Dr. Blaise Liffick, one of our most senior faculty members, who is the mace bearer for today's commencement ceremony. Please give them a round of applause. In addition, we welcome many special guests of the university and distinguished members of the administration that are in the audience. It has been our tradition for this commencement ceremony to invite distinguished graduate alumni or faculty to deliver the commencement address. It is with great pleasure and honor this year that I welcome Dr. Rita Smith-Waddell. From my first meeting with Rita, I knew that she was a force to be reckoned with. During my 5 years at Millersville, she has shown that she is not only a fierce defender of students, but she is resilient beyond measure. A professor of psychology and African American studies at Millersville University, Rita has received many awards, including the prestigious Essence of Humanity Award presented by the Crispus Attucks Community Center. That award recognizes those who demonstrate remarkable human qualities, including courage, love, strength, determination, and persistence when dealing with adversity beyond the requirements of their work. Strength, love, persistence, those qualities define everything Rita does. Since 1995, when the Living the Dream Day of volunteering became a part of the local Martin Luther King Day observances, Rita Smith-Waddell has been integral to the success. For most of those 20 years, Rita recruited the many volunteers who donate a day out of their lives to fulfill King's vision of community service. Rita has a passion for serving others, whether they are members of the community Millersville students, volunteers, or anyone with whom she comes in contact. A Lancaster resident for more than 30 years, Rita enjoys books by Isaac Asimov and watching Alfred Hitchcock movies. And Rita has one that some would say might be called a guilty pleasure. She's crazy about potato chips. Please join me in welcoming strength, love, and persistence personified, Dr. Rita Smith Waddell.
Good evening, and I would like to thank everyone for allowing me to be the speaker for the graduate students of Millersville University, especially our first doctoral class, because there are a number of those individuals that I've known for a long time. I won't say how long, because then you'll know how old they are, let alone how old I am. I'd like to thank Dr. Anderson and Mrs. Anderson, since I know they're running away. I don't know if that's good or bad, probably bad for us, probably good for them. I'd like to thank all of our deans and our provost, Dr. Prabhu. I've been here 35 years, and one of the courses I teach is called Black Woman. And one of the themes of Black Woman is survival is a form of resistance. And I bring that up because I've seen a major change in this society, and a change that is very much different in many other societies, but I think is also changing, and that is a respect for surviving, or what we might call a respect for elders. And we have become a culture that worships the young and the dumb. And it's okay, when you're young, you're supposed to be dumb. That's the fun of being young. So when you get old, you can look back and say, I wish I had known what I know now then. But that wouldn't have been any fun. You're supposed to be young and dumb. But it does not mean we need to get away from understanding the importance of elders. And when we say, but they've messed things up, don't worry, there'll be a generation that looks back at you and say you messed up too. But that's the advantage of elders. You not only learn from what they do right, you also learn from what they do wrong. And if you think they're irrelevant, then you have got to convince me that a whole discipline called history is irrelevant. That none of us should study history because everybody from the past has very little to teach us. So why do we study history? And we do know, because every culture has basically the same saying, though they say it differently, that basically a group that does not know its history repeats its mistakes. People say it differently, but it's the same basic idea that over millennium we've kind of discovered, okay? Trees don't do well without roots. Buildings don't do well without foundations. So your elders have something very important to teach you. And one of the elders that taught me, I think one of the most important lessons I've learned was probably a speaker that we had here for our anniversary. And it was one of my favorite playwrights, probably my most favorite playwrights, and my most favorite speaker, and that was August Wilson. And August Wilson came here the spring before he died. We were the last place that he appeared. August Wilson was an American playwright, probably at the time he was living, and maybe since, one of the top American playwrights. He was African American, but he wasn't the top African American playwright, he was the top American playwright, winning Pulitzer Prizes and Tonys. And I hope some of you have had the opportunity to see the first of what's supposed to be 10 of his plays turned into film. Denzel Washington has bought the rights to all 10, and Fences was the very first one that he put into the modality of film. And I don't know if you saw it, but what I loved about it, it was set up like a play. The film was very much like a play. And he wanted to fulfill Wilson's legacy. And Wilson said that he left it as part of his will that his plays would only be produced by African Americans. And many people might consider that a very biased perspective, but African American directors usually have very little opportunities to direct plays. And since he had such a great influence, he said, I know what I want to do. I want to make sure African American directors have an opportunity. And since I have that influence, because I'm a famous playwright, that is going to be my legacy. So he actually left that as part of his will. So that would begin to happen. But probably what is most important is when he was here, he didn't give a speech. He did a one-man play that was autobiographical. And the most important story that he told to me was a story about his mother. Before I tell the story, you should know that technically August Wilson never got a high school diploma. He didn't get a high school diploma because when he was in 10th grade at one of the last high schools he attended, he wrote a play. He wrote a paper, an essay. And the teacher decided that an African-American 10th grader could not possibly write that well and accused him of plagiarism. So he left school and spent every day for a number of years in the Carnegie Library, reading authors, African-American authors, other authors. So he actually has a high school diploma from the Carnegie Library. They awarded him a high school diploma from the Carnegie Library in Pittsburgh. He has a number of other honorary degrees. But if you've ever written a play and know how difficult it is, and read one of his plays, which seems to, he's a magnificent storyteller, you become amazed at how someone without technically a formal education could be that brilliant. And that leads to the story of his mother, which probably was as brilliant, but had very little opportunities to get educated. Back in those days, it was not unusual for purveyors of products, and this particular product was a detergent for washing your clothes. They would sponsor jingle contests, okay? And this was in the days of radio. So they're going to have these jingle contests. And she sent in a jingle, and it won. And what you were supposed to win was a brand new wringer washer. They were brand new in those days, with actual wringer. And I know she goes, what are you talking about? Well, there weren't really dryers much in those days, and you washed the clothes, and instead of wringing them yourselves, you put them through these wringers. So the gentleman came to give her her certificate so she could go down to the store and get her brand new wringer washer. And when he arrived, he realized that she was what he called a Negro, and that he couldn't possibly give this washing machine to a Negro. So he said, listen, you did win, so what I will do is give you a certificate for a used washer, an older model used washer, since right now you're using one of those tubs, you know, in a scrub board, which is, I remember my mother used to use. And she looked at him, and she threw him out of the house. And then she took like a nickel out of her apron, put it in a jar, and indicated that this was going to be the beginning of her saving for a washer. And what August Wilson said he learned from that, which is, I think, an important lesson for us to learn, something is not always better than nothing. And I think in this society, we've kind of got convinced that something is better than nothing. And we don't worry about the cost of something being better than nothing. And it was very clear to him that he learned that day, which is probably, though he didn't want to tell her, why he decided he was not willing to stay in a high school just to get this diploma from some place that very clearly had no respect for him or his culture or his ideas. And his mother taught him that. And I was very affected by that. I think it's one of the most important things I had heard, and remember, I've been around a very long time, was that something is not always better than nothing. And as you leave here, especially since most of you have what we might call professional degrees, I become very concerned that we begin to see education as a means to an end, and education as something that will allow us to have a career, to allow us to have a profession, as rather than something that will give us the tools to continue learning the rest of our lives. Not necessarily about making money, but making a difference. And I think we forget that, especially with professional degrees. Okay, we think, well, I have a degree and it will get me a job. I have a degree, it will get me a profession. And we somehow forget about continuing to learn. I often talk to graduates of the master's program in psychology or the school psych program and ask them that since they've graduated, how much reading they've done in their discipline, in other disciplines, and it's very little. Well, you know, I do my job, and by the time I go to my job and have my family, you know, I don't have time to read. I don't have time to keep learning. I don't even have time to keep up with current events. And that troubles me, because most of them really don't want to go to a lawyer that hasn't read a law book since law school. And you really don't want to go to a doctor that the last time he read a medical book was in law school. In medical school. You really don't want to do that, okay? Scary idea, isn't it? But we expect to stop learning. We have a job, we have a profession, we go to work, we do it, and we don't, that's it. That should be enough. So please continue to learn. Please continue not only to learn in your discipline, but to learn other things, everything. I'm a strange person. I have never found any subject boring. I've never found anything I learned useless. My son was picking on me today. I forgot what we were looking at, and he was saying, somebody asked me what Scrapple was. So, you know, I got on the computer to find out the ingredients, and my son came down and said, "You're too into this. Why is this important?" And I go, "Well, it's another piece of information I didn't know." You never know when it might come in useful. Okay? And I understand Scrapple may not be a fascinating subject, but every new fact, every piece of information I pick up, I find fascinating. It just turns me on. I get very turned on about learning stuff. I sometimes think I should have been an anthropologist. Don't take that badly, psychologists. It's just that they seem to learn about all sorts of things. So I'm really fascinated. And kind of the last thing I want to say to you is really always continue to serve your community. And I think you can serve that best the more you know, the more you're willing to learn, and the more you become less influenced by a society that is very individualistic. And that's very difficult because we are a very individualistic society. We often consider collectivism a threat. People use this as a threat. The minute you decide that the group is more important than the individual, they accuse you of being something horrible, a socialist. And socialists are horrible people because they think the group is more important than the individual, that you should be worried about more than you. I always find that a really contradiction in a society that also considers itself very Christian. I keep wondering what they're reading and how they define Christian. Strange to me in society that you can call yourself a Christian and be very unconcerned about the fact that the majority of the world is starving or sick or without water or without enough food. But I'm a Christian. I've got to check the passages they're looking at. I can't seem to find them in my Bible or Quran or Torah, so I'm looking for some of those passages. If you can find any that said that those religions are about the individual, please send them to me. I'm very, very interested in looking them up. So those are my few thoughts from an old lady, that an elder that you may or may feel are useful, who has made several mistakes, which you can probably learn from. But I think I've also done some good things. Keep learning, keep serving, and keep being as unindividualistic as you can be. Good evening.
Thank you, Rita, for your thought-provoking remarks to our students. Rita never fails. I'm pleased at this time to introduce Dr. Victor DeSantis, Dean of the College of Graduate Studies and Adult Learning, who will conduct the conferring of the master's and doctoral degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhu. We shall now proceed with the conferring of master's degrees. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Charity Welsh, Assistant Dean, College of Graduate Studies and Adult Learning, who will assist me this evening in presenting the master's degree candidates. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts, Master of Education, Master of Science in Nursing, and the Master of Social Work degrees please rise? Dr. Anderson, the graduate candidates present have taken all of their examinations and are now being recommended for their degrees by the graduate faculty of their college. I recommend that you now confer upon them the appropriate master's degree.
Upon the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania through the Board of Governors and the Council of Trustees, I confer upon you the appropriate master's degree with all of the associated rights, privileges, and responsibilities. You may be seated.
Will all of the master's degree candidates please present themselves on stage now to be hooded by their respective graduate school coordinators and receive their diplomas. Dr. Thomas Bell, Professor of Applied Engineering, Safety, and Technology, and Dr. Jason Baker, Associate Professor of Psychology, will assist in performing the hooding ceremony. They're up and they're coming forward. Nathaniel Tyler Heintischel, Master of Education, Sports Management, Athletic Management concentration.
Samantha Lee Andriani, Master of Education, Art Education.
Dylan Michael Ryan, Master of Education, Sports Management, concentration in Athletic Management.
Ryan Andrew Billy, Master of Education, Art Education.
Dean Lyle Miller, Master of Education, Sports Management, Athletic Coaching.
Diane M. Boyer, Master of Education, Art Education.
Cody Mitchell Sechrist, Master of Education, Sports Management, Athletic Management.
Roxanne N. Elfreth, Master of Education, Art Education.
Christopher R. Sherbo, Master of Education, Sports Management, Athletic Coaching.
Dominique Cecilia Guza, Master of Education, Art Education.
Taisha Lee White, Master of Education, Sports Management in Athletic Management, and recipient of the Sports Management Graduate Faculty Award.
Belinda Negron Sanders, Master of Education, Art Education.
Daniel Colin Weaver, Master of Education, Sports Management, Athletic Management.
Daniel Adam Dilla, Master of Education, Art Education.
Abraham Muhammad Madali, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Julie Pyle Childs, Master of Arts, English.
Andrew Ross McVeigh, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Elliot P. White, Master of Arts, English.
Stephanie Ann Stein, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Sarah A. Brooks, Master of Arts, History.
Gina Teresa Carmina, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Lauren Hale Cameron, Master of Arts, History.
Kristen Weir Heckeroth German, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Shane Michael Marino, Master of Arts, History.
Elizabeth Haldeman, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Elizabeth Marie Root, Master of Arts, History, and the recipient of the Jack Luce Sons of the Revolution American History Research Award.
Kristen N. Ziders, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Richard John Batts, Master of Education, Assessment, Curriculum, and Teaching, STEM Education.
Lauren Michelle Weber, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Melanie Lynn Fainel, Master of Education, Assessment, Curriculum, and Teaching.
Sean Patrick Burns, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Christopher Allen Johnson, Master of Education, Assessment, Curriculum and Teaching, STEM Education.
Norma K. Bowman, Master of Education, School Counseling.
Nicholas T. Marino, Master of Education, Assessment, Curriculum and Teaching, Online Instruction.
Cheyenne Sky Stambaugh, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Mary C. Schaefer, Master of Education, Assessment, Curriculum and Teaching, STEM Education.
Leah Crumbar, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Rochelle Nicole Yo, Master of Education, Early Childhood Education.
Valerie S. Bachman, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Catherine Elizabeth Gear, Master of Arts, Languages and Cultures, Spanish.
Lori Lynn Hu, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Elizabeth Chen Cooper, Master of Education, Gifted Education.
Tyson Shilson Schroeder, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Sarah Gordon Brown, Master of Education, Language and Literacy Education, English as a Second Language.
Ronald J. Mitchell, Jr., Master of Science, School Psychology.
Stephanie Joanne Rowe, Master of Education, Language and Literacy Education, Reading Specialist.
Shelby Nicole Sayer, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Allison Mary Thorpe, Master of Education, Language and Literacy Education, Reading Specialist.
Alyssa Ray Deeb, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Elizabeth Brady, Master of Education, Language and Literacy Education, Reading Specialist.
Dara Lindsay Dybert, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Jessica Lee Wertz, Master of Education, Language and Literacy Education, Reading Specialist.
Patricia Leach, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Jarrell Anthony Birch, Master of Education, Leadership for Teaching and Learning.
Ashley Marie Bird, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Matthew Joseph Monahan, Master of Education, Leadership for Teaching and Learning. Allison Elizabeth Pruskowski, Master of Education, Special Education.
Nina Flor Bayonne, Master of Social Work.
Emily A. Rude, Master of Education, Special Education.
Jaylyn Leon, Master of Social Work.
Melissa Sue Hobie, Master of Education, Special Education.
Carrie Neri K. Sanchez, Master of Social Work.
Melissa M. Swore, Master of Education, Special Education.
Shania L. Brown, Master of Social Work.
Jerry Christopher Avalos, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Emily Rose Lutz, Master of Social Work.
Susan Fisher Bailey, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Carolyn A. Wolf, Master of Social Work.
Carrie A. Bamper, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Carolyn S. Cook Rittenhouse, Master of Social Work.
Nicole Marie Castetter, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Josephina L. Lamatina, Master of Social Work.
Michael D. Goss, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Kimberly Lorraine Wright, Master of Social Work.
Jason Christopher Heckler, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Kayla Lynn Teeples, Master of Social Work.
Thaddeus Priskowski Kavanaugh, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Ilana Rappaport, Master of Social Work.
Vanessa Jaylene Lyman, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Kelsey M. Miller, Master of Social Work.
Hannah Marie LaFleur, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Caitlin Marie Medina, Master of Social Work.
Brian J. Tears, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Yvonne Janet Maldonado, Master of Social Work.
Caitlin Louise Tisch, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Kate Herr, Master of Social Work.
Andrew James Yarosh, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Elizabeth Navarro, Master of Social Work.
Jessica R. Stokes, Master of Science, Emergency Management.
Vilma Caraballo, Master of Social Work.
Renee Marie Alshouse, Master of Education, Mathematics.
Alicia Yvonne Robinson, Master of Social Work.
Sean Ryan Boer, Master of Education, Mathematics.
Ian Kim Nguyen, Master of Social Work.
Rebecca Marilyn Detweiler, Master of Education, Mathematics.
Nicholas Ray Molina, Master of Social Work.
Shannon Hansel Dietz, Master of Education, Mathematics.
Rebecca L. Light, Master of Social Work.
Belle Allen Neuswanger, Master of Education, Mathematics.
Kelly Snell, Master of Social Work.
Brian Vu, Master of Education, Mathematics.
Sophia R. Begrowitz, Master of Social Work.
Jessica Nicole Fink, Master of Science, Integrated Scientific Applications, Geoinformatics.
Joshua David Nice, Master of Social Work.
Amanda Morgan Hendricks, Master of Science, Integrated Scientific Applications, Weather Intelligence and Risk Management.
Ashley J. Rainier, Master of Social Work.
Jessica M. Keemer, Master of Science, Integrated Scientific Applications, Environmental Earth Systems Management.
Christine S. Ziegler, Master of Social Work.
Kyle Johnson Morganti, Master of Science, Integrated Scientific Applications, Weather Intelligence and Risk Management.
Carrie Anna Correo, Master of Social Work.
Taylor M. Newman, Master of Science, Technology and Innovation, Education Concentration.
Trinity Amber Schluterberg, Master of Social Work.
Brad S. Fessler, Master of Education, Technology and Innovation.
Rachel V. Pepe, Master of Social Work.
Gaurav Hans, Master of Science, Technology and Innovation, Enterprise Concentration.
Chelsea Ray Senick, Master of Social Work.
Laura Norangli Guevara, Master of Science, Technology and Innovation, Enterprise Concentration.
Aisha Kalela Wiggins, Master of Social Work.
Grace Andrews, Master of Science in Nursing.
Sarah Diane Vidzicki, Master of Social Work.
Linda J. Arnold, Master of Science in Nursing.
Samantha J. Wyrick, Master of Social Work.
Elise Arters, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Individual Across the Lifespan Nurse Practitioner.
Emily Elizabeth Reed, Master of Social Work.
Tatiana Belamova, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Individual Across the Lifespan Nurse Practitioner.
Katie Marie Wilson, Master of Social Work.
Stacy L. Bennett, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Individual Across the Lifespan Nurse Practitioner.
Jillian Connie Watkins, Master of Social Work.
Brandy Lauren Borman, Master of Science in Nursing.
Danae Pearl Hershey, Master of Social Work.
Kristen M. Brennan, Master of Science in Nursing.
Caitlin E. Sollenberger, Master of Social Work.
Molly Cates Casey, Master of Science in Nursing.
Adrian Alyssa Worth, Master of Social Work.
Lindsay Ann Clark, Master of Science in Nursing.
Marian Elaine Carrillo, Master of Social Work.
Elizabeth A. Davis, Master of Science in Nursing.
Ashley Lynn Kissinger, Master of Social Work.
Alana Rachel Davis, Master of Science in Nursing.
Courtney Ann Farr, Master of Social Work.
Ashley Lauren Eichelberger, Master of Science in Nursing.
Margaret Ann Murray, Master of Social Work.
Carly Marie Fickus, Master of Science in Nursing.
Lucienne Janelle Renna, Master of Social Work.
Timothy Scott Jr., Master of Science in Nursing.
Heather Lynn Mabry Court, Master of Social Work.
Matthew B. Forsyth, Master of Science in Nursing.
Michelle Elizabeth Becker, Master of Social Work.
Lori K. Gola, Master of Science in Nursing.
Joanna Jean Black, Master of Social Work.
Stephanie Kyle Glick, Master of Science in Nursing.
Alex Ann Ridley, Master of Social Work.
Brandy Nicole Hallerbrush, Master of Science in Nursing.
Heather Nicole O'Neill, Master of Social Work.
Joseph Robert Horst, Master of Science in Nursing.
Megan Christine Hennigan, Master of Social Work.
Lisa Ann Hotstetter, Master of Science in Nursing.
Amanda M. Harlicker, Master of Social Work.
Autumn Dawn Hanara, Master of Science in Nursing.
Adrian Nicole White, Master of Social Work.
Peter Viktorovich Kostashak, Master of Science in Nursing.
Jason M. Harnish, Master of Social Work.
Tara L. Ely, Master of Science in Nursing. Laura A. Lebo, Master of Science in Nursing. Erica Renee Light, Master of Science in Nursing. Emily Elise Madeira, Master of Science in Nursing. Robert Paul McMinn, Master of Science in Nursing. Amy R. Myers, Master of Science in Nursing. Allison Hope Neilheiser, Master of Science in Nursing. Michelle Wynn, Master of Science in Nursing. Rebecca Poole, Master of Science in Nursing. Heather Elaine Sauter, Master of Science in Nursing. Andrea Lauren Shrimp, Master of Science in Nursing. Jamie L. Stifler, Master of Science in Nursing. Christine Q. Tran Valentine, Master of Science in Nursing. Tina M. Waters, Master of Science in Nursing. Jennifer Wilkie, Master of Science in Nursing.
Let us now recognize these students with our warm applause for their outstanding educational achievements. We shall now proceed with the conferring of the first class of doctoral degree candidates. This evening at Shippensburg University, our first Doctor of Education candidates are walking across the commencement stage in our joint doctoral program with that fine institution. Will the candidates for the Doctor of Nursing Practice and the Doctor of Social Work in partnership with Kutztown University please rise? Dr. Anderson, the doctoral candidates before you have taken all of their examinations, presented their dissertations, and are being recommended for their degrees by the graduate faculty of their college. I recommend that you now confer upon them the appropriate doctoral degree.
Upon the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania through the Board of Governors and the Council of Trustees, I confer upon you the appropriate doctoral degrees associated with all of its rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations. You may be seated now.
And now the exciting part. Will the doctoral degree candidates please present themselves on stage now to be hooded by their respective dissertation chair and their college dean, to be recognized by Dr. Prabhu, and to receive their diplomas from Dr. Anderson. You're going to be here, Vilas is there, and then John's the next one. John's one more down. Yeah. You and the dissertation that are putting together. Oh, so I'm over there? Yeah, because you're going to step right up there. Yeah. You enjoy. I need the card. There we go. Yes. Berta Ramona Saldana de Jesus. Doctor of Social Work. Dr. De Jesus' dissertation, does experiential training received by field instructors affect the supervision students received in field settings? Her dissertation advisor was Dr. Karen Rice. Dr. Sao Ling Dins, Master of Social Work. I was wrong. Doctor of Social Work. Dr. Dins's dissertation, Barriers to Exiting and Factors Contributing to the Cycle of Enter, Exit, Re-entering Commercial Sex Work. Dr. Dins's dissertation advisor was Dr. Karen Rice. Dr. Karen Elaine Hinton Polite, Doctor of Social Work. Dr. Polite's dissertation, An Exploration of Culture as an Agent of African American Male Persistence at the Community College. Dr. Polite's dissertation advisor was Dr. Karen Rice. Please welcome Dr. Pia Hausiels Alport, Doctor of Social Work. Her dissertation, Making Meaning of Place, Facilitating Ecological Place-Based Experience with Youth. Her dissertation advisor, Dr. Heather Gervin. Dr. Meredith Elaine Moore, Doctor of Social Work. Dr. Moore's dissertation, Vantage Points, Variables which Influence Female Ascent to Veterans Administration Leadership. Her dissertation advisor, Dr. Heather Gervin. Dr. Adam Michael Updegraff, Doctor of Nursing Practice. Dr. Updegraff's scholarly project title, Improving Nurse-Provider Communication Through Situation, Background, Assessment, and Recommendation. His scholarly project advisor, Dr. Mary Lou Mortimer. Dr. Emily Elizabeth Guerin, Doctor of Nursing Practice. Dr. Guerin's scholarly project, Implementation of an Advanced Practice Provider-Led Oncology Supportive Care Clinic for Patients with Gynecological Malignancies. Her scholarly project advisor, Dr. Jenny Mon. And Dr. Lisa Ann Seneft, Doctor of Nursing Practice. Dr. Seneft's scholarly project, Pulmonary Rehabilitation, Barriers to Use. Her scholarly project advisor, Dr. Kelly Coons. Let us now recognize our first doctoral degree recipients with our warm applause for their outstanding educational achievements. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize and thank those members of the doctoral faculty from the 3 doctoral programs whose dedication and perseverance helped us to arrive at this historic moment. Planning and launching a new degree program takes a great deal of time and talent, particularly when you're working across campuses in collaboration. We're also grateful to our colleagues at Shippensburg University for collaborating with us to deliver the EDD degree, and to our colleagues at Kutztown University for collaborating with us to deliver the DSW program. I now welcome Dr. Anderson to present the salutation to the graduates.
Well, this is a special occasion for me. My last graduate commencement at Millersville University as my wife Vivian and I look forward to our next chapter in our lives. So, graduates, you have reached an important milestone in your formal education. You are among 11% of the United States population 25 years old and older that have earned a master's degree or higher. Let's take a moment to first extend your appreciation to those who have helped you reach this extraordinary accomplishment. Our faculty recognizes that every student arrives with energy, intellect, and promise. They have challenged you, prodded you, taught you, and admired you. You have asked questions, you have complained a little bit. Sometimes you've stumbled. However, ultimately, you have succeeded, for you are here today to be acknowledged as graduates. I'd like to have the representatives here tonight of the faculty stand up so the graduates can appreciate their efforts and give them a big round of applause, please. Family and friends have played an important role in your success as well. Their support and encouragement have been an inspiration and motivation to many of you. Thank you. Will the family and friends of our graduates please stand and be recognized? Graduates, you have accomplished so much in the time you've shared with us here at Millersville University. You have so many gifts to offer the region, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world. And as our keynote speaker referred to earlier today, Dr. Rita Smith-Waddell, serve your community. I look into your eyes and I see people that are going to cure cancer, make advances in technology, become master teachers, make progress on world peace, and perhaps even end famine around the world. You are about to embark on the next part of your life's journey. You can expect challenges, but you know there will be so many opportunities as well. Persevere, set lofty goals for yourself and those around you. We are fortunate to live in a free society, but freedom comes with a responsibility to contribute, to give back, to be civically engaged, and to be good stewards of the planet. Wherever you call home, add value. Look around, ask yourself what you can do to improve the quality of life in your work environment and the neighborhood you live in. We are all counting on you. As an MU Graduate School alumni, you will always be part of the Millersville family. Remember your roots here with pride, and please come back often. Now, you have graduated from one of the finest universities of its kind in the nation, and you have joined the more than 67,000 alumni who have gone before you. It's time to close this chapter in your life and commence on a new journey. Go forth into this world, make us proud, but more importantly, make yourselves proud of whom you are and what you are capable. Reach for the higher goals. Do great work and make a difference in the world. Be the dream makers. Congratulations to each one of you for a job well done. On behalf of Millersville University, its faculty, staff, and student body, we join your family and friends in extending to you our warmest congratulations and best wishes as you pursue your goals. And now, let me take one final moment to thank everybody in this community for my tenure here. We certainly have appreciated and enjoyed our stay at Millersville University. And let's have one more round of applause for those graduates, please. Now, I'm going to do one thing that's become a tradition. I'm going to take a selfie with all of you, okay? And I'll post it on my Twitter account, @VillePresident. So wave, okay? Way to go, graduates. Woo! All right. Thank you for that. Now, please refer to the last page of your program as we conclude the ceremony with the singing of the first and third verses of the alma mater, led by Danielle DiDesano and performed by the University Brass Ensemble. After the singing of the alma mater and the completion of the recessional, you are cordially invited to the lawn reception located adjacent to this building. Will the audience please rise and remain standing until the recessional has ended?
Thank you.